Look at her.
Hey Battles, I want to say thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I know I've been out of the loop and you haven't been seeing my face, you know, as much as you did when I was in the States. And I must tell you that coming here is not easy. You have so much things that you have to do. And I didn't realize how much of my time would be needed, you know, in doing certain things. When I first got here, you know, I was able to do a little something and record all my stuff. But then once my stuff got here, I just went trying to get my house organized. I don't know how to function when my world is not, you know, intact. This video is going to be about the horror at the port. Now, in my other video, I did not stress about the horror at all. I was just so excited that my stuff got here. But I knew that I wanted to sit down and tell you guys about what's going on at the port so that you can prepare yourself. I'm not going to tell you not to ship your stuff because you must ship your stuff. So let's talk about the port. Okay, so for those who don't know me, my name is Miss Bahamiangoddess, and I've been documenting my journey from Dallas, Texas, all the way to here, Accra, Ghana. And now that I'm here, I'm still documenting my journey and all the things that I'm trying to do for me to be able to live here smoothly and peacefully in Accra, Ghana. And I want the same for you. I want you to be able to live here successfully because that's what we all deserve. So stay tuned. Let's talk about shipping your things here at the Tema port. Hey Battles, so we're back. So when I was in the United States, you know, I did my research. I got me an agent that's here in Ghana, and I got me a shipping agent there that ships here. Now, the process on everything was so smooth, even to the day, right, of me going to the port. I had no problems at all. And I'm going to be very transparent. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, you know, because I believe that you guys should know the truth. Now, let me tell you guys what happened to me at the port. My agent calls me and tells me that, hey, your stuff arrived, which I already knew because I can track it. But he had to go and clear it, you know, with the shipping line, and then he said through the terminal. So he asked me to send him 10,000 Ghana cedis, and I did. I sent him the 10,000 Ghana cedis, and he told me if there's any change left, he'll give me the difference. So cool, I sent it to him. Then he calls me back and tells me that, okay, I need to be at the port by 9 o'clock in the morning. So I said, okay, I was all excited. I called my driver. He got his brothers to come and meet me and pick me up at 7 o'clock because Tema is not far, but it is far with traffic. So we left at 7 a.m., got there right on time, you know, for me to be there at 9 o'clock. Now, you need a vest. You need a reflective vest. So we stopped on the way to Tema to get 3 reflective vests. There were 15 cedis each. So we wouldn't be able to enter the port without those vests. You also have to have on tennis shoes. You cannot wear open-toe shoes. You have to have tennis shoes on. So those are the things you would need to do prior to coming to the port. We got to the port at 9 o'clock. We had to pay to go inside the port. It was like maybe 40 or 50 cedis for everybody. So once we got inside, we're walking through and he's taking me to where my container is. There's this big old machine that picks the container up and moves it to where it needs to go based on, I think it's based on where it's coming from as well as what's inside of it. Because when they were opening the containers next to me, they were all the same household goods or somebody shipping a cart that had household goods in it. And I'm going to show you guys the video of these things that I recorded. Now, you're not allowed to record on there, but I record because I didn't know. By the time they told me, I was already darn near done recording. So, and that's why you was unable to see at nighttime that I was there all the way until 7 o'clock at night, actually 8 at night, you know, at the port. And I wasn't able to record anymore because my phone died, as well as they had stopped me and told me I couldn't record. But I was very happy that I was able to record what I did, because what I'm about to show you is the most important. So now I got there and I'm waiting. So around about 9:30-ish, the first custom agent comes, and you know, I had a key for them to open up my container. So they cannot open the container without me being there. So I had my key. So with my key, my driver unlocked it and we opened up the container. They go inside, they inspect it, then they walk off. Then it's supposed to be 3 different ones that come. Then the next one comes, and next thing I see, they leave. They looked at the container and then they left. My agent comes back to tell me that, now he told me I would have to bring, you know, some money. He don't know how much it's going to be, but I need to bring some money, you know, for the guys. And I'm thinking it's for people, you know, tipping, you know, people coming out to bring my stuff out and stuff like that. That's what I thought. So I didn't bring a lot of money. You know, I only brought money for the driver who's going to be bringing the container to the house and unpacking it. And I only brought money for him, which is his money, his fee. And then I only bought a couple dollars, you know, or a couple CDs, I should say, for tipping, because he said bring some money. And that's what I thought. Come to find out, this is where the extortion starts, okay? Now, I already paid my duty, okay? The duty for my 20-foot container was 25,340 Ghana CDs and 62 pesos, okay? I paid that. Now, it's time for me to get my stuff. Second guy comes. He walks off with my agent. My agent comes back and say that one guy wants 3,000 Ghana CDs. The other guy wants 2,500 Ghana CDs. And I'm like, for what? And he was like, oh, you know, that's what you have to pay. I told you to bring money. And I'm like, okay, but why am I paying them? You know, he was like, oh, that he didn't put everything down on the customs. And I'm like, I paid 25,000 Ghana CDs. And the list that you put down, that you showed me, those stuff is not in that container. Because if you remember, all my stuff did not fit. So the stuff that's on the list is not in that container. So therefore I was like, okay, well, tell him to take the stuff out and reassess it and tell me how much I owe, because I'm not going to be paying nobody 5,500 Ghana CDs for nothing. I already paid. Let me go. Oh, he says, oh, I have to pay, blah, blah, blah. So he goes back, comes back again, and keep telling me that, you know, I have to pay. So the guy told him that take my stuff out. I said, okay, cool. So I'm agreeing, take my stuff out. They take my stuff out. Only half of it comes out. You'll see in the video, I'm going to post it, where they only took half of my stuff out. By this time, it was around, I want to say 11, 12 o'clock. This is how long I've been waiting. I've been sitting there for like 3 hours in the sun, waiting, right? He comes back and tells me again. Now we're at 3:30, 4 o'clock. And he's still telling me that this is what they want. And I'm like, just let them take the stuff out, right? Let them take the stuff out and let them tell me, assess and see how much I owe them. He was like, oh, if they do that, then they're going to be more strict and they're going to be doing everything with fine-tooth comb and it's going to cost me more money, and that, you know, and they're going to try to make it four times the amount, and then it has to be a process for them to go and push it up and come back down, that I won't get my stuff today, and I'm already only have 7 days to collect my things. And I'm like, no, I don't. I have 14 days because my agent gave me 14 days for me to get my container, and I made sure that he did that because, again, if you do your research, you'll know that this stuff happens. It was delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed, so that takes up your time, okay? So my stuff arrived on Monday. I didn't get to them until Friday. So Sunday is the 7th day. He's trying to say that, oh, you know, if I don't pay, then I'm not gonna be able to get my stuff. I'm telling him, like, let them come and assess it. I'm not giving nobody 5,500 and Ghana cedis. And if they do that, I want them to show me how much these things cost. You're not just going to tell me, oh, it's additional 20,000 Ghana cedis just because I won't pay you 5,000 and you want to tell me something. So we're going back and forth. Okay, going back and forth. He leaves, come back with the same thing. He leaves, come back. This time he was like, oh, you know, one guy said he'll take 1,500. The other one said he'll take 2,000. And I'm still looking at him like, I'm not paying anything at all. I'm not paying nothing at all. So he's now telling me he'll take his fee to pay with it. Just give it to him. He'll take his fee and whatever money I had came with, he'll put that together and he'll pay the people so we can do it. And I was like, listen, I'm not going to let you take your fee to pay anything. You're not listening to the words that come out my mouth. And he was refusing to listen to the words that come out my mouth. Okay. So at this point, I called my agent in United States to ask him to make sure that he gave me 14 days. He said yes. So now I'm like, okay, cool. Let them keep it and I'll come back, right, with my stuff so that they can know that I'm not paying anything. We're going to do this. You tell me the assessment and then I'll come back and I'll pay. He comes back to me still doing the same thing. So my agent in the United States was like, hey, you know, I've never heard nothing like that. He has an agent here and I wish I used him. But anyway, so he contacted that agent. The agent contacted me. Lo and behold, you know, he comes and he saves the day. You know, he's like, you know, trying to negotiate what's going on. He was like, you know something, at this point, it's already too far for him to help me because these people that's in the custom office, and I do have a video of that person, okay? Of the person who's requesting this money, who's trying to extort money from people. That's what they do. They extort money. They're driving around with BMWs, Range Rovers, sitting in the back, baby, riding on little motorcycles, you know, and little motorcycles and bicycles, you know, around just lollygagging, you know. That's what they do. You know, they're extorting money from people and refusing to give you your stuff if you do not pay them. And they're the only people who can do it. Okay. So he comes, he was like, at this point, it's so far. So he's like, he'll pay it. And I told him, I said, if you pay it, I'm not paying you back. So if you pay it, you paying it out of good faith and just like, you know, that's what you're doing. Because I was dead stuck on, I'm not paying anything. So long story short, now my agent was like, okay, well, let him pay. So now he, mind you, he said that he'll take his money to pay towards it and whatever money I have. So now he's like, no, let the guy pay, which is my agent's friend who works there, to pay because he offered to pay. And I'm just like, no, he offered to pay the difference, not the whole amount. So I'm telling him like, okay, so we'll do that. I'll give you what I brought. We'll take your fee, we'll put towards it, and then the difference, he'll pay. So I told the guy, and he said, okay, fine. So he comes and he brought me the money and I gave it to the guy, he runs. By this time, it's like 5 p.m. When I tell you, I didn't see my agent no more until like maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock. He was like, oh, and he's mad now. He's mad. He's upset. You know, and I don't know why he's upset, but he's upset. So, and I'm just like, if you was listening to me from at 12 o'clock when I told you to let these people do it, you know, you're still gun-hoing about telling me to give these people money, give them money. And that's the thing. They think we have money. And I don't understand where they get this mindset from that we have money. Okay. So for me, he goes, by the time it's like 7 o'clock, there's another place that you have to go to take the paper that this man who wanted the money gives you. You have to run down to another building for them to stamp it so that you can so that the truck, that big old machine, can come and pick up your container and put on a truck so that it can be cleared. And by the time we did all of that, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And I'm just not understanding what's going on. I was in tears, you know, I was so emotional because I'm not used to this. I don't know, by the time I left, it was nighttime. we're leaving. I didn't get home until like 9 o'clock at night. The container guy said he's on his way. He didn't get there until about, I want to say 11, 12 o'clock at night. I wasn't even expecting that he was going to come that night, but he did. It was a surprise to me, and I was still happy. So he came. By the time we finished unpacking and bringing everything inside here, it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was my birthday weekend, and I was so exhausted, you know. So here we is, Friday. I'm trying to do all these things, and it was just a lot, guys. So I'm gonna tell you now, you know, I'm not telling you not to ship your stuff, because I'm telling you to ship your stuff. But you got to find the right agent that's going to back you up, and you got to make sure you know your rights. And if you use an agent in the United States to ship your stuff, let them give you 14 days. Press on that. Even if they want to charge you an extra $100, take it. Because when you get here, they literally will hold your container thinking that you only have 7 days. Will put you in a bind that you want your stuff, that you'll just go ahead and just pay. Not realizing that you actually got 14 days. So you can make them take your stuff out and assess it. They don't want to do that. They do not want to do that. So you make your agent do what it is that you want them to do. Now, I'm not referring any agent to nobody. The only agent I'm referring is the agent that helped me, that's from the United States, and his agent that was here in Ghana that helped me. I cannot refer my agent. If he's watching this, I am so sorry, but I just can't. It was a horrible experience, and yes, you was knowledgeable and you kept me all the way through. I agree to that. But when it came time to fighting for me, you did not. And I cannot refer somebody to have to go through the same headache and the same turmoil and be frustrated and emotional like I was for no reason, just to give somebody money after you have already paid. Especially when someone told me that I actually paid too much for personal goods, for customs. They told me $25,000 was too much money to pay. So I don't know if it's true or not, but at the end of the day, I know I did my part, and I should not have went through that at all. So Tema Port, shame on you for extorting people and not letting them get their stuff. It's so sad, and it's so hard for people to be able to do business, as well as for people to trust people, to just be honest and to do their job. Do your job. That's it. You know, I can see if you're not getting paid and you're volunteering, but you're getting paid. And whether or not you feel like it's enough, you're still getting paid. It does not give you the right to hold somebody's stuff hostage because you want to extort them out of extra money. 5,500 Ghana cedis I did not have to give you. And even if I did, I would not give you. And I didn't give you. So, guys, please take your time. Come to fight, because that's really what you're going to be doing at Tema Port, fighting. Okay? You're going to be fighting. It's a disgrace to be able to say that you're shipping to Ghana, you paid your money, and they still want to come and extort you with money. They still want to do that. You know, like another culture shock that's just disappointing and disheartening. So, guys, this is the update for my shipping container. Now, you guys wanted to know how much it costs. Every container cost is different. So please do not hold my amount as facts, because yours may be a different amount than mine. Like I said in my previous video, if you have not watched it, go ahead and watch it on how to choose your containers, okay? How to find a shipping agent and a shipping company, so that you can be able to figure out how you can go about doing it. The cost to ship my items from the United States to Ghana was $4,500 USD. That includes the truck coming to my house, dropping off the container, me loading it, and then they come back and take the container. They never left, so my container was actually a live drop, meaning that they sit and they waited for me to put my stuff inside the container, and then they took it. Okay, that's how much it costs. 4,500 USD to ship my items to Ghana. Once it got here in Ghana, I had to pay some fees. I will put them up here. I had to pay, I can't remember the acronyms, but I will definitely put it up there. And that cost me about 200 and something Ghana cedis. I had to pay for a TIN. That was 200 Ghana cedis. I also had to pay the shipping line. That was 10,000 Ghana cedis. My agent charged me for miscellaneous, he said. That was 1,200 Ghana cedis. Then I paid my customs, which was 25,300 and something Ghana cedis. And then I turned right back around and paid 2,000 for my the driver to bring the container to my house. And then I also paid an additional 1,200 Ghana cedis to my agent. And then I also paid an additional 1,000 Ghana cedis to my agent for the man who said they wanted 5,500. Then the guy paid 800 Ghana cedis to go with it, with that 1,000 plus that 1,200 to give to those people. Then I also paid an additional 953 Ghana cedis. I can't remember what it is, but I will show it to you. And then I also paid an additional 1,600 for the guys to take the stuff from the container and bring it into the house. So that is the amount that I paid, everything for me to be able from start to finish to get the things into my house. And if you want to calculate all of that into USD, it was roughly about 7,000 USD. That's what I paid total, about 7,000 USD when I did my calculations. Now, when I first went with a company, they wanted to charge me 12,000 USD for me to ship my things as well as clear it. So technically, I actually, even though these people wanted the 5,500 Ghana cedis, it still would have been cheaper than me going with the company that wanted 12,000. And I think that is still not bad at all. I have everything that I want in my home, as well as, you know, my starter kit that's gonna last me for at least 6 months to a year. So I'm set. So if that's the route you wanna go, I suggest you do so. At the end of the day, even though I went through what I went through, I would still do it. I hate to say it, but I will still ship my stuff here. I would not buy anything here at all. That's just my preference, okay? So you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, like, comment, and subscribe. Believe me when I tell you, what's for you, no one can take it away, not even yourself. So until next time, bye.